You're playing beautifully.
Thank you.
5 top tens, last week runner-up. What does it take to get you over the line to that position one?
I think confidence, especially, well, to be honest, last year my season wasn't that great, and then I hasn't really been in contention for like, I don't know, I guess more than 12 months. And then, to be honest, like when I made that putt on 17 last week, I was like pretty pumped, and then I felt like I didn't really know what to do. Like I didn't really know how to handle the situation. I didn't really know how to handle the pressure. I guess that's why I hit a really bad shot. So we're always learning. I'm an experienced player, but even though I'm an experienced player, sometimes I feel like I have zero experience. I'm still learning, and I just need to get some confidence back. And then after I finished the second last week, I feel more comfortable to playing on the golf course. And then I have a feeling of like, okay, I got this. So
Yeah.
looking forward to play this week.
Yeah, so Australia is a place where you spend a lot of time. You really feel at home here.
Yeah, I think first time I came to Australia was when I was 14. I actually stayed in Sydney for a month for training, and then since I started to working with Ian Trick since in 2009, I want to say, like I went to Gold Coast every year for my winter training. Sometimes I visited in summertime, like in Korea summertime, which is
Yes.
like winter here, like June, July, and then I had so many like Australian staff. So since then, like I always feel like this is my kind of like second home, and I always feel pretty comfortable to being here. And then just listening all the Aussie slangs, and then just listening all the Aussie humor. So I really enjoyed being in this country.
The golf course is in such immaculate condition. Corrie was in here just before and said she'd like to actually see it a little bit browner out there to make it a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I think right now greens not super fast yet, not super firm yet, but yesterday was pretty breezy. So if we're gonna have any kind of wind like that, like it's gonna be really tough to play with the really firm and fast green. So I don't have any complaint about that, but I got Kari's point because this type of golf course is very unique golf course. We don't really got the chance to play many of this kind of golf course. So like she said, if we're gonna have more like brownie course, which is like firm and fast green, it's gonna be more fun to play, and then it's gonna be more fun to watch.
Great. Questions, please.
So, Yeon, what's your favourite Aussie slang? What's the one that you do best?
Cheers. And the most recent one I learned was chokibiki.
Very good.
A serious one. Is Inbee Park one of your idols?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's a bit different kind of idol because, like if you think about like how many amazing things she has been achieved, like to be honest, if she's being a little cocky, it's still understandable, like right? Like you achieved like so many things, and then like I've known her more than 10 years now, and then she never changed. Like she's always just in B Park. She's just who she is. She never show off like what she has been achievement. Like she's like super humble, and then that's the personality I want to learn. I think cocky's never been really great. Maybe sometimes you need to be cocky a little bit to make yourself more confident, but that's the part I like about the Inbee most. So she's in that way. She's definitely my idol star. And then she's pretty laid back, and then I'm not really good at it. So that's one of the things I also want to learn from Inbee too.
You're not laid back?
I don't know. I'm half Australian, but I don't really. I think I'm not really laid back yet. Maybe that's why I'm half Australian. Like when I'm fully laid back, that's the time I can say like I'm Australian.
I asked you about Inbee because she sat with Kathy yesterday and she was very open and honest. She talked about being scared at the Olympics, like so much pressure in Korea to be a good golfer, not just a good golfer, a great golfer. Do you feel that?
Yeah, like, well, because it's my country, it's kind of, I'm very careful to say what I'm going to say, but because we have so many great players out here, if you're not in top 10 in the world, or like if you hasn't won for like, I don't know, like few months, like people just so easily forget, and then they don't really consider you as a good player. So I know it's really important to have a self-confidence, and then it's really important to have what you believe instead of what people think about you. But, you know, like when we are in this position, it's so tough. Like when people start not recognize your name, or like when people start to not really talk about what you've done, like you sort of feel like, am I useless? Am I not really good at what I'm doing right now? And then, you know, all of a sudden you started to look at like 19 years old girl, like who's rock on the tour, and then she's, you know, I don't know, she's like 62, whatever. Like since then, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm useless, like, and then I just so easily forget like what I've done too. But at the same time, what I learn is just, you know, no matter how I'm going to play, I'm just Yeon Ryu. No matter I'm going to be number 1 or like number 100, I'm just gonna be Yeon Ryu. I'm here because I love to play golf. I'm here because I love competing. So as long as what I'm doing, what I love to do, I think I'm still Yeon Ryu. So I learn a lot to be myself instead of think about other people's opinion too much.
So you still, we know you're very proudly Korean. Would you like to play Olympics?
Absolutely. That's my biggest goal this year for sure. But to represent my country at the Olympics gotta be really tough because there's so many great players in top 15 already, and then only 4 players got the chance to play in Olympics. So I definitely need to bring out my A game to make a Team Korea, and then I want to make it happen. So I'll do my best all the way until July to represent my country in Tokyo.
Inbee said it was harder to make the Korean team than actually win a medal.
She told me that 1,000 times. But actually, after she won the gold medal, she told me like, Soyeon, the Olympics very special. I was like, I know that. And then she was like, no, just listen, because I've won so many majors, and then like if somebody's not really into golf, they never really recognize me in Korea. But since I won the gold medals in Olympic, like people started to recognize me even though they're not really into golf. So this is amazing thing, and then I want you to do it someday as well. Like this is what she told me 4 years ago, and then it's already 2020. So let's see, I'm a good listener or not.
So the question was, in your eyes, is the Olympics above anything else in golf?
That's a hard question. I actually just got a question today. The Japanese lady asked me like, Soyeon, would you rather win more majors or the Olympics? And it's really hard to choose because Olympics, you only get a chance to play every 4 years, and then it's very unique tournaments and a unique game. It's not just about the golf, it's just about the whole world, whole sports. But at the same time, just major just means a lot to me, like a lot of history. Like Olympics just, I don't know, maybe after 100 years later, it's gonna be a history of golf as well. But right now, I am more into history of U.S. Women's Open, history of British Women's Open. So to me, it's more major. Major is a bit more higher priority than the Olympics to me. But you know, when you have an opportunity to represent your country, why not? I'll do my best to make it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.